Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another stream. I hope you guys are doing well today. Okay. Today's stream, there is in fact a fair few things that I want to talk about, and I really want you guys to, be prepared for the next bull run. Okay, for the next bull market. We know we are in fact about to, enter the next bull run. So I really want you guys to, be prepared for the next, bull run that is in fact going to happen for Bitcoin. So I want you guys to, be prepared for that. Because it's going to happen very, very soon. We know the Bitcoin halving is literally right around the corner. It's going to happen, pretty much 8 months from now. Let me repeat that, 8 months. That is not long at all. That is literally, obviously, less than a year from now, and is literally right around the corner. Okay, so April next year in 2024, we know the Bitcoin's halving is going to happen, like officially happen. And we know, right, once the Bitcoin halving actually happens for Bitcoin, we know Bitcoin's going to absolutely pump up to the upside. Every single time we have the halving, that is where Bitcoin tends to pump the most. Okay, so we all know that. So some exciting times for Bitcoin. So I want to show you guys a fair few charts, obviously, indicating that we should be prepared for the next, bull run. We should be accumulating and buying as much Bitcoin as we possibly can because time is ticking. Okay, time is literally ticking, guys. And soon enough, we will in fact see Bitcoin reach a new high. Okay, of course, in the next bull market, right? Every single time we enter, a new bull market, Bitcoin always reaches a new all-time high. So please understand that, guys. Okay, so the next bull market is literally right around the corner. So time is ticking. And honestly, guys, we don't have a lot of time left till the next bull run actually happens for Bitcoin, right? So yes, let's talk about it. First, let me show you guys what's happening with Bitcoin right now. So we are in fact in the 1 hour time frame. So you guys clearly see Bitcoin is still sitting at $26,000, just sitting at 26k. You guys clearly see that. Now early this morning we actually saw Bitcoin drop all the way down below $26,000 actually, right? You guys clearly see that. So it went all the way down to around $25,500, okay, and then it did in fact bounce back up to this level of $26,000. So we will see what's going to happen with a Bitcoin, because right now Bitcoin, like I said, is just holding at $26,000, and it looks like we might actually see Bitcoin break down below back down to $25,000 once again, but we will see, guys. But yes, ever since we had this crash for Bitcoin hasn't really been gaining any momentum. Okay, it's just been pretty much consolidating, moving on its side, pretty much at this level of $26,000. So you guys clearly see the crypto market tonight is still not moving as well for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin's not moving, and majority of altcoins are not really moving as well. Like there are some altcoins slightly moving, like you guys can see BNB up 2%. There's Tron up 2% as well. Polygon 1%. Shiba Inu 2%. Toncoin 2.5%. I think that's how you pronounce it. But this altcoin has been actually performing pretty well throughout the past few weeks. Okay, I'm actually surprised, and this could potentially be the next big altcoin. I don't know much about it, right? But it's been performing pretty well, I must say. But yeah, you guys clearly see not much movements for other altcoins. Okay, not huge amounts. You guys can see Protocol 3.8%, almost 4% for the past 24 hours. So that's great to see. But you guys clearly see majority of altcoins are not really moving, and the market's slightly down right now, 0.34%. And the global crypto market cap is still above 1 trillion. So that's always great to see. The Bitcoin dominance still sitting at 40%, 48%, 48.2%. Ethereum is holding at 18.9%. So it's looking pretty good. Everything's still holding, pretty strong ever since we had that crash. So that's always great to see. Now, let's move on to these charts. Okay. Some of these charts you guys may have seen. If you guys haven't seen, if you guys have seen my previous videos that I've uploaded today, but I just want to, really re-show you guys these charts because I think it's actually really important, right? But you guys clearly see, starting off with this one, Bitcoin right now is holding at $26,000. We all know that, and right now it's holding this very, very strong support level right now. Okay, so Bitcoin is holding pretty strong at this level. And if Bitcoin breaks this level, the support level, obviously we're going to see Bitcoin drop further down to the downside to 24 to 23, so maybe even 22. And some people are in fact predicting that we might actually see Bitcoin going to $20,000, even below 20K. Now, you guys know, right? I don't personally see Bitcoin dropping to like 20K or even below, back down $20,000 ever again, right? That is just my personal opinion, guys. Okay, I feel like people are not really looking at the bigger picture. Now, yeah, we might actually see Bitcoin drop back down to that level, but for us to see Bitcoin drop from $26,000 all the way back down to 20K and even potentially below 20K, right? Something has to happen in the crypto market, right? Something bad has to like really happen for Bitcoin to drop that much, okay? And yeah, we might actually see Bitcoin, drop back down to that level because, for example, maybe, right, we know, okay, I already covered this a couple of days ago, but we know Michael Burry, right, has predicted that the stock market is going to crash. And he is literally like putting his money where his mouth is. He is literally doing a $1.6 billion bet, right, that the stock market will crash. Okay, and understand, guys, like Michael Burry has in fact been wrong many times. Okay, we know that, right? And at some points he'll delete his tweets and deactivate his Twitter account, because he's been wrong, right? But yeah, Michael Burry has in fact been right sometimes. Okay, we know back in 2008 he made a bet that the house market was going to crash. We remember that crisis back in 2008, right? He made a bet and he's obviously made a ton of money, right? Because he knew that the market was in fact going to crash, and that's exactly what happened. And he's made obviously a lot of money from that, right? Back in 2008. So he was right about that. So who knows, right? Michael Burry could be right this time, right? The stock market could potentially crash, okay? And if the stock market obviously crashes a lot here, then obviously we're going to see the crypto market crash a lot as well. Okay, so yeah, if that happens, then maybe potentially we will in fact see Bitcoin drop to like $20,000, right? That's like the only time I can really think if Bitcoin were to drop back down to like 20K, that's like the only time if that happens. Okay, but we will see, guys, because I don't even know when the stock market is going to crash. I don't know if he's betting on it right now or maybe next year. Like, I really do not know, guys. Okay, when Michael Burry is predicting all of this. But that's that. So we will see, guys. Okay, but right now Bitcoin is still holding at this very strong support level of pretty much $26,000. So a lot of you guys are in fact wondering, when should we be buying Bitcoin? Okay, and I've been telling us many times, right? We should be buying Bitcoin right now. We're still in the buy zone. We're still in bear conditions. We're still in a bear market. I wouldn't say we are in fact in a bull market just yet. Obviously, Bitcoin, you guys clearly see, right? It's nowhere near to its previous all-time high. It's not even halfway there yet. So right now, it's obviously a great time to buy. And this chart is showing you guys right here, the Bitcoin daily RSI reaches levels this low. It's usually a good time to buy, right? So you guys can see Bitcoin is back down at this level, which means it's obviously a great buy right now for Bitcoin, guys. Okay, so that's that. All right, so for everyone that's wondering when should I buy Bitcoin, right now is the perfect time to buy Bitcoin. Okay, DCA, guys. Okay, yes, you guys may say, Bitcoin's going to drop further down to the downside, but who actually really knows? You know what I mean? Like, don't time the market, guys. Always DCA, invest bit by bit. Could be weekly, could be every, 2 weeks, fortnightly or monthly. Don't time the market, guys. Because I remember, when Bitcoin was all the way down here, I remember everyone was saying, even including me, everyone was saying, Bitcoin's going to drop to like, and this was when Bitcoin was like $16,000 to like 15K, back November and December last year, right? At that time, that was in fact Bitcoin's bottom, and everyone was saying, Bitcoin's going to drop more. Everyone was saying, Bitcoin's going to drop to like 13K to 12K to even 10K, even below 10K. But no, clearly that didn't happen. Bitcoin obviously gained momentum and it clearly pumped, right? So never time the market, guys. Okay, and I'm glad I was accumulating a whole bunch of Bitcoin when Bitcoin was all the way down here at its bottom. Believe it or not, I was stacking as much Bitcoin as I possibly could because I was simply just DCAing, right? Dollar cost average, guys. So never time the market. Okay, but yeah, right now is the perfect time to buy Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin drops further down to the downside, yes, buy more, obviously, right? Take that as an opportunity to buy more. And I really do believe this is going to be another shakeout for Bitcoin. We might actually see Bitcoin drop further down to the downside, And this is going to be the last time, guys. Understand that. And then we're going to see some massive pumps up to the upside. Bitcoin's going to eventually reach new highs for this year in 2023. It's going to eventually go back up to $30,000 to 35 to 40 to 45 to 50. And I think that is very, very possible in the next upcoming few months for Bitcoin. So be prepared for that, guys. Now, yes, Bitcoin. Right now, we are in fact in recovery mode. Okay, so we are still pretty much in bear conditions. Like I said, we are still in a bear market, but we are in fact in recovery mode. Okay, so the halving is about to happen. Okay, we're about to enter the pre-halving, and then obviously the next bull market, guys. Okay, so 2024 should be a great year for Bitcoin. Okay, the Bitcoin halving is happening. Fed interest rates cut. Spot Bitcoin ETFs. Okay, we know a lot of major institutions are in fact, coming into Bitcoin and just the crypto space in general. I'm talking about the big guys, right? BlackRock, Invesco, Fidelity, and many more are in fact coming into the crypto space. So trillions of dollars are going to be poured into the market. So just think about that, guys. Okay, some exciting times, and this is why I really want you guys to, be prepared for the next massive bull run, okay, and of course bull market that we are in fact about to enter for Bitcoin and crypto, right? And we know alt season is obviously right around the corner, okay, so it's looking pretty good for crypto, right? It really, really is, guys. Okay, we should be feeling very, very bullish right now, 100%. Now moving on, yes, Bitcoin, okay, is in fact at this level once again, and it's having a little retest, right? But if we don't see Bitcoin, okay, break this level, obviously it's gonna bounce back up. Okay, like you guys understand, no one actually really knows where Bitcoin is heading short term. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lot of people are in fact saying Bitcoin's gonna drop to like, back down to 25 to 24 to 23, even 20k and below 20k. Yes, possible. Okay, but personally, I think very unlikely to happen. So I think Bitcoin's gonna pump, guys. Okay, so you guys could see back in 2020 we had the same retest, right? We hit a bottom. Bitcoin was in fact gaining momentum again. Okay, and it was sort of holding at this level, this support level, and then it pumped 38.20%. So pretty much the same thing is looking like what's happening for Bitcoin right now, right? But we know obviously the halving is going to happen around here. Okay, so patterns do in fact change. I'm not 100% of a believer of history repeating itself. I'm sort of am, but not, I don't really like 100% believe in that. But for Bitcoin, it's pretty simple. You know what I mean? Patterns do obviously form the same way and all that. So who knows, guys? But I know short term Bitcoin is going to be fine. Okay, I'm not scared at all, guys. Right? I'm always remaining bullish with Bitcoin. Like I'm never bearish. You know what I mean? Like I know how Bitcoin works. I know it's obviously really volatile. It crashes a lot, and of course it pumps a lot as well. So I know how this works, and I know how to like control my emotions. Okay. Speaking about controlling your emotions, okay, just check this out. And I find this pretty funny. Okay, and I actually showed you guys this chart in my previous video. So it's pretty obvious, right? You guys can see it's pretty self-explanatory. A lot of people don't know how to, control their emotions for Bitcoin. Obviously, when Bitcoin is pumping and it's at a, new all-time high, everyone is happy, right? Everyone likes to FOMO in, and they like to buy into Bitcoin when it's pumping, right? A lot of people like to, chase those green candles. It's just how a lot of our human brains operate, I guess. You know what I mean? A lot of people like to FOMO in and like to buy in when it's pumping. But that is the wrong time to buy, guys. You should be buying when Bitcoin is crashing and it's at a bottom, okay? It's at a low, and it's obviously a great time to buy Bitcoin when it's in a bear market, right? But a lot of people like to do the complete opposite. They like to buy when it's in a bull market. So that's that. But obviously right now it's the perfect time to buy Bitcoin, guys. Okay, it still is. Okay, even though yes, we saw Bitcoin reach a bottom of $15,000, and it's going all the way back up to like pretty much at 1.30k. It's still a great time to buy Bitcoin, guys. Okay, I want you guys to understand that, right? In the next bull market, Bitcoin's obviously gonna reach a new all-time high. Okay, it's gonna easily reach back up to its previous highs of 69k. So it's going to easily reach a new high, right, in the next bull market. So you guys clearly see Yeah, this chart is very, very self-explanatory, right? I'm just going to give you guys an example. Back in 2017, we saw Bitcoin absolutely pumping. It went all the way up to around like $19,000. Okay, close to 20K, I believe, back in 2017, right? And then in 2018, right, it was crashing, absolutely dumping. You guys clearly see that, right? And it went all the way down to around $3,000, $3,200, or 3.5, somewhere around there. So think about that. Bitcoin at one point was all the way up at $19,000, and it dropped all the way down to 3K, $3,500, like below 4K. So just think about that. And a lot of people thought it's over for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's gonna crash to $0, right? Bitcoin will never go back up to its previous highs of $19,000 where it was in 2017, right? That's what people thought when Bitcoin was all the way down here. But as little as they know, if they simply just kept holding their Bitcoins and, potentially buy more Bitcoin at that level, because that would have been a perfect time to buy more Bitcoin, right? If they simply just kept hodling and buying more Bitcoin and just held for the next, like few years, like few months even, right? Like 2 years max or something in 2020, right? End of 2020, and of course, throughout 2021, that's when Bitcoin was really pumping. We know that. And that's because Bitcoin was entering the next bull market. So if he simply, right at this very time right here, this red box right here, back in 2018, 2019, even 2020, throughout those years, if you were simply just holding your Bitcoins and buying more Bitcoin, simply just DCAing, you would have made a whole bunch of money when Bitcoin was all the way up here, entering the next bull market. So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Okay, it may seem like it's over right now for Bitcoin. Bitcoin will never, I see a lot of people saying, Bitcoin's never going to go back up to its previous size of 69K, right? A lot of people are in fact saying that, okay? And you watching this stream right now, you probably are in fact thinking the same thing. We'll never see Bitcoin go back up to 69K. But I'm here to tell you guys this right now. Bitcoin's going to easily reach back up to its previous highs and, of course, reach a new all-time high. Because every single time we have the halving event, Bitcoin always tends to pump the most. Okay, that's when Bitcoin really pumps. Okay, and that's when the real bull run pretty much happens. But understand, once the halving actually happens on that date of that month in April, Bitcoin's not going to pump straight away. So that's what I was telling you guys, towards the end of 2024, that's when we're going to really see Bitcoin pump. So understand, guys, it's not over for Bitcoin, right? A lot of people thought many times it's over for Bitcoin. Bitcoin reaches a new high and then it drops massively, and they think it's never going to go back up to its previous highs, but it will. Okay, just give it time, guys. We understand the next bull market is happening. The next massive bull run is happening for Bitcoin. So be prepared for that, guys. Get ready, okay? Because people don't really realize how much Bitcoin's going to pump in the next bull market. And understand, trillions, not billions, trillions of dollars will be poured into the crypto space, in the crypto market. We know a lot of institutions are in fact coming into this space. Trillions of dollars are going to easily be poured in, guys. So this next bull market is going to be completely different compared to all these other previous bull markets that we have in fact been seeing throughout Bitcoin history, right? So I want you guys to really pay attention to that and buckle up, get ready, because it's going to be absolutely insane. So speaking about bull runs, you guys clearly see throughout previous bull runs in Bitcoin history. You guys clearly see back in 2013, we did in fact have a decent bull run. 2017, that's when we had a massive bull run, right? And I really do believe 2017 was the year when a lot of people got into Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin was absolutely pumping, to like thousands of dollars. Okay, and then obviously it dropped, and then of course, end of the year in 2020, again, of course, 2021, throughout that year, we saw Bitcoin absolutely pumping. So this is where we are right now. So understand, guys, another bull run, okay? A huge, massive bull run is about to begin for Bitcoin, and I want you guys to be prepared for it. Right now, yes, Bitcoin may seem like, it's going to drop. Okay, yes, short term. Okay, it's not going to look too good for Bitcoin. We know we are in fact in August. Okay, and of course, next month in September, we all know this, right? September, usually Bitcoin doesn't perform that great. For like 6 years straight, for the month of September, Bitcoin has not been performing great at all for 6 years straight. So this year in 2023 for September, I'm expecting Bitcoin to not perform that great as well. I think Bitcoin's going to drop, right? That's just me though, personally. Okay, so Understand, yeah, short term it's not going to look too good for Bitcoin, but understand long term, and of course in the next couple of years, of course I'm talking about 2024 to 2025, we're going to see Bitcoin absolutely have a massive bull run, and it's about to begin, guys. Okay, and this chart really just shows you guys where Bitcoin is going to be heading in the next, upcoming few years. So be prepared for that. Okay, now the last chart that I really want to show you guys is this for Bitcoin. So yes, we have already hit a bottom, and Bitcoin's slowly recovering up to the upside. It's obviously forming a new pattern right now. Okay, pretty much a uptrend, right? And we know the halving is about to happen. And understand, yes, every single time we have the halving, that is where the bull run really does in fact start. And of course, a new all-time high. Okay, a new all-time high will in fact happen for Bitcoin. I actually love this chart because it really just shows you guys every single time we have the halving, the bull run does in fact start and begin, and it always reaches a new all-time high every single time. You guys can see that, right? Every single time the halving happens, we see Bitcoin pump, and it obviously has a bull run, and of course reaches a new all-time high, and then it drops, reaches a bottom, an uptrend, and then halving, and then a bull run, and of course reaches a new all-time high. So guess where we are right now? Bitcoin, obviously we know, last year, okay, it dropped, hit a bottom of 15K. We are in fact having an uptrend right now, okay, and we know the halving is about to happen and a bull run is about to happen. That means a new all-time high is going to happen for Bitcoin. And this is why I always told you guys, Bitcoin's going to easily reach back up to its previous highs, right? So a new all-time high is going to happen. We're going to easily see Bitcoin reach six figures, $100,000. That's like a no-brainer, you know what I mean? It's going to get up like over 100K easily, guys. So be prepared for that, okay? Now, the Fin Greed Index right now is holding at 37, still in fear, okay? I feel like the past few days, this has in fact been in fear mode. You guys can see ever since we had that drop for Bitcoin, the Fin Greed Index has obviously dropped. A lot of investors seems like they're in fact feeling sort of fearful right now for Bitcoin and crypto, I guess. But we shouldn't be, right? While everyone else is fearful, we should be greedy and buy more, right? Everyone, I feel like, is sort of panicking for no reason, and they're panic selling even. So this is the perfect time to buy, guys. Okay, it really is, to buy as much Bitcoin as you possibly can. Okay, now getting into some other news, and I already covered this in today's video, but I just really wanted to show you guys this for today's stream if you guys haven't seen this yet. But I'm pretty sure everyone has heard of this today. But a unknown Bitcoin wallet, okay, is holding $3 billion worth of Bitcoin. So they are holding, okay, there's a photo right here, over 118,000 Bitcoins. Let me repeat that, 118,000 Bitcoins, and the balance is over $3 billion worth, right? So this is obviously not, this is not BlackRock, but this is obviously Gemini, okay? So it's been updated that this is in fact Gemini. So apparently Gemini is transferring a whole bunch of Bitcoins to this Bitcoin address. And who knows why, right? No one actually knows why, obviously. Maybe BlackRock has to, be involved with this. Like, it just has to be, BlackRock has to be involved in this, right? Like, why would Gemini be sending a whole bunch of Bitcoins into this Bitcoin address, right? It has to do with something, like no one actually really knows why, but it has to do something with maybe BlackRock, right? Is BlackRock maybe involved in this? Potentially. Okay, so yeah, apparently it's not BlackRock, buying a whole bunch of Bitcoin. It's apparently, Gemini. Okay, if you guys can read the comments right here, Gemini is in fact transferring Bitcoins to this address apparently for some reason. But I don't know why. Okay, personally, I don't know why, guys. Okay, I don't want to go further down to like assumptions and all that, but personally, I do not know why. Maybe you guys know. You can let me know. But personally, I do not know why Gemini is, transferring a whole bunch of Bitcoins into this Bitcoin address. But that's crazy. 118,000 Bitcoins worth $3 billion. That's absolutely insane. Now, the last thing I really want to show you guys is this. Okay. This Dogecoin millionaire, he's obviously no longer a millionaire now, because simply he didn't take his profits. So you guys can see, he says here, I used to used to have $3 million worth of Dogecoin. Now it's at 50K. What happened? Simply, you didn't take profits, right? And this is just a great example, guys, of there's nothing wrong with taking profits. If you actually want to make money, right, you got to take your profits. When you take profits, that is how you make money. Okay, now there's nothing wrong with hodling, guys. You guys know, you guys always hear me say hodl that, hodl this. When I'm talking about hodling, I'm talking about simply just Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, these other altcoins, guys, okay, personally, this is what I'm doing for the next, bull market. Personally, for these other altcoins, right, I have invested into a lot of different altcoins like Ethereum, XRP. Okay, I used to have BNB, but I sold a whole bunch of it. Cardano. Okay, I have some Cardano, I have some Doge, I have some Solana, Polkadot, Polygon. I don't have Shiba Inu. I took my profits and I'm not planning on buying any more. Maybe I will, right? But maybe not. I have a little bit of Litecoin. I have some Avalanche. I used to actually, but I sold it and I might go ahead and buy it back in. You guys know I like Chainlink, right? I've been investing into Chainlink a lot. So I do in fact have some Chainlink. I have a bag of Chainlink. I got some Uniswap, not too much. Cosmos, I have a fair bit, and that's pretty much about it. I have some VeChain too, and some other like gaming crypto coins like Sandbox, Decentraland, Axie Infinity. So I do in fact invest into a fair few altcoins, guys. Okay, a fair bit, and my plan is to pretty much take my profits, right, majority of my profits. But with Bitcoin and Ethereum, I'm not gonna sell all of them. Yes, I'm gonna take some of my profits, right? I always tell you guys, if you actually need the money, then go ahead and take your profits. No one has gone broke taking profits. Okay, so understand, guys. The crypto market always enters different cycles. We know it's going to be a bear market and a bull market. So obviously, yes, next few years, of course, 2024 and 2025, we will in fact be in a bull market. So everything's going to pump. And then, of course, the year 2026, potentially, right? The year 2026, we're going to go back down. And that's when we're going to enter the next bear market. And that's when we're going to see everything just drop once again. So understand, it's always okay to take your profits, but you can simply just hodl for long term, okay? Because maybe it's going to be harder and harder and harder to accumulate more Bitcoins, right? Because obviously the price is just going to keep rising and rising and rising. And who knows, Bitcoin could potentially be less volatile in the next few years, right? But yeah, this is just a great example, guys, of pretty much take your profits. There's nothing wrong with taking profits, right? Simply, the Dogecoin millionaire, he did not take his profits, okay? And that's why his portfolio right now for Doge is at 50K instead of 2.9 mil, right? So just think about that. If he simply just took his profits and he bought back into Doge, right, at this level, then he would have, just invested like a couple of thousands of dollars into Doge, would have had the same amount, and he would have had some money left over. You know what I mean? So that's simply just the way to do it, guys. Okay. But that's that. And the difference is, guys, is like, I remember I was watching a video. I actually watched, this guy, I forgot his name, but, this Dogecoin millionaire, right? I was watching some of his videos back in the day, back in 2021. I still do, right? But he was, what was I gonna say? He was like showing his portfolio and whatnot, and then it was dropping, and he will every now and then like give like an update. Okay, and understand, guys, like he literally invested like I believe $190,000 into Doge, right? When Doge was like under 5 cents, I believe. Okay, and obviously when Dogecoin was absolutely pumping, it turned into $3 million. Okay, so he literally invested 190K, and then it turned into 3 mil. At that very moment, I would have taken my profits because that's obviously life-changing money. You know what I mean? That is life-changing money, right? So, yeah, I don't know why he didn't take his profits. That's just me, though. You know what I mean? So, this is just a great example, guys, of always take your profits. No one has gone broke taking profits, right? So that's that. And I kind of regret, because personally, guys, okay, back in 2021, I didn't really take any of my profits, right? For Bitcoin and Ethereum, I didn't sell any of it. I was just simply holding it, and it's obviously dropped a lot. But personally, I'm glad that I didn't sell any of them. But yeah, it's gonna get harder and harder and harder to accumulate, Bitcoin and whatnot, because the price is just gonna keep rising. You know what I mean? And it's gonna obviously be so much harder to accumulate one full Bitcoin. But that's that. But okay. Bitcoin is dropping. Let's go to the 15-minute mark. Because Bitcoin right now is holding at $25,000, just below 26K. So right now, yes, you guys clearly see Bitcoin is dropping $25,900. But yeah, we're gonna see where Bitcoin heads. And I'll obviously keep you guys updated. Tomorrow morning I will keep you guys updated, make a video as usual. But right now, Bitcoin is dropping to $25,000, and we'll see if it continues to drop. We're in fact in the 15-minute mark right now, so we will see. But guys, someone says here it's gonna dump to 20K. Yeah, that's possible. Okay, we might actually see Bitcoin drop to 20K. Okay, like I said many times, Michael Burry has predicted and betted that the stock market will crash eventually, and he has bet $1.6 billion worth. But Michael Burry has been wrong many times, like I said, right? He's not always right. Even though yes, back in 2008 when we had the crisis, the house market was obviously collapsing, stocks were crashing, and he did in fact predict right. You know what I mean? And he has made a lot of money. Okay, that was in 2008 though. But in previous times, okay, Michael Burry has been wrong many times. Okay, he's been deleting his tweets when it was wrong, and he actually at some points been deactivating his Twitter account, right, because he was wrong. But who knows, Michael Burry, okay, he did in fact predict that the stock market was in fact going to crash. Who knows when, it could be this year, it could be next year. I really don't know, right? But obviously if the stock market's going to crash, that means the crypto market's going to be crashing as well, right? So maybe at that time we might actually see Bitcoin drop below 20K. But that's the only time I can really think of like Bitcoin dropping. Someone says here XRP. XRP is good. I don't mind XRP. Okay, we know XRP has previously just won the case with the SEC, right? That lawsuit that they had with the SEC, they simply won it. So we know XRP is not a security. If I just zoom out here, you guys clearly see this massive pump right here. Okay, was when XRP when Ripple did in fact win that lawsuit, that case with the SEC, and it obviously pumped, right? Absolutely insane. And now it's obviously dropping. Okay, it's dropping back down. It's understandable, the entire market is dropping. Sorry, pardon me. The entire market is dropping. So it's understandable why XRP is dropping back down to like 50 cents, 51 cents right now. But I like XRP. I think XRP has huge potentials. And I really do believe that, XRP is going to be the future of money. I've made a fair few videos talking about XRP and Ripple. If you guys haven't seen those videos, you should definitely check it out. But a lot of banks are in fact using the Ripple technology, and a lot of banks don't want people to know this, right? There's actually a whole list of different banks out there in the world, right? Like worldwide, not just in America. It's like worldwide, you know what I mean? And all these different banks are in fact using the Ripple technology, and a lot of them don't want people to know that, right? So yeah, XRP, I think it has a bright future. I really do, especially since we know it's not a security now. Okay, but I think it has a great future for sure. And I do have a bag of XRP, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been buying ever since XRP did in fact have this pump. I've been buying ever since it was like down here and whatnot, right? When it was like below 50 cents. But yeah, I might plan to buy more XRP since it is in fact dropping back down to this level where it was, back down to that key level. But yeah, I don't mind XRP. I actually like it. But yeah, Bitcoin right now holding $25,000. It is in fact having a drop right now. So we're going to see what happens with Bitcoin tomorrow. I will obviously keep you guys updated. But guys, right now, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Give a thumbs up and, of course, subscribe to the channel. If you guys haven't seen my most previous videos that I've uploaded today, you should definitely check them out. I would really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.